Most people don't think twice about skipping a warm-up until they end up injured. A lot of people and athletes skip warming up and preparing their body for activity, which is a big mistake as it plays a crucial part in your exercise as well as recovery. How many times do we go randomly play our sport in the off season or jump off the couch to go play a quick game with some friends without warming up, just to end up on the couch later that night, sore in pain? When it comes to injuries, whether it's pulling a muscle, tweaking a knee, or just feeling stiff during a workout, a lot of those issues could actually be prevented with something as simple as a proper warm-up. From working in a physical therapy setting, I've seen this firsthand, especially in athletes who just go straight into activity without preparing their bodies. That is why prevention is the most important part, not necessarily performance. By the end of this demonstration, you'll be able to follow a simple warm-up routine that helps reduce injury risk and prepares your body for exercise. I'm going to walk you through 4 main steps, starting with foam rolling, then raising your heart rate, followed by dynamic stretching, and finally activating your muscles, including some light resistance. So before we even start moving, we're actually going to start with something that a lot of people overlook: foam rolling. This is used to help loosen up tight muscles before activity. A lot of people think warming up just means moving, but if your muscles are already tight, that can limit how well you move and increase your risk of injury. For example, here I'm rolling out my quads. You don't want to go too fast, just slow, controlled movement. If you hit an area that feels tight or like a knot, you can pause there for a few seconds to release some of that tension and increase the blood flow to that area. You can do this on multiple muscle groups depending on what you're about to use. Sometimes even a water bottle or something like a massage ball can do for this step if you don't have a foam roller. Now that we've loosened up the muscles, we can start getting the body moving. The goal of this next step is simple, just to get the blood flowing. You don't need anything crazy here, just some jumping jacks or light jogging in place works fine. As you do this, your heart rate increases, your muscles start to warm up, and your body becomes more prepared to do other movements. Once your body is warm, the next step is to loosen everything up through doing those other movements. Instead of just holding stretches, standing in place, we want to keep the body moving. For example, leg swings help open up the hips and improve mobility. One mistake people make here is swinging too aggressively. You don't want to force it, just controlled movement. Arm circles help loosen up the shoulders and the upper body. And movements like lunges help stretch and activate multiple muscle groups at the same time. Dynamic stretching is especially important because it prepares your body for the actual movements you're about to do. Now that your muscles are loosened up, the final step is to actually activate them. So actually turning on the muscles you're about to use. Exercises like squats activate your legs and glutes. A common mistake here is rushing through it or not focusing on form, which is just as important even though you're only warming up still. Lunges, again, help with stretching, but also help with balance and coordination, while continuing to activate those same muscle groups. This is especially important because injuries don't just come from strength issues, they also come from poor control. You don't need to do a lot here, just enough to get those muscles firing and ready to work. Before starting your workout, there's one quick thing to check. At this point, your body should feel warm, loose, and ready to move. You shouldn't feel stiff or tight anymore, but you also shouldn't feel worn down. Just enough to feel like you're ready to get going in whatever activity you're about to do. Now we can take this a step further by adding some light resistance. In a physical therapy setting, we often use tools like resistance bands to help activate muscles more effectively before movement. Here I'm doing band walks, which target the glutes and the hips. Doing this is especially important before workouts like squats, running, or anything involving the lower body. Using resistance like this can help improve stability and reduce the risk of injury. So to review, we started with foam rolling, then we raised our heart rate, moved into dynamic stretching, followed by muscle activation. We checked that the body is ready and added some light resistance, which is still a part of the warm-up, to get everything ready and moving. These steps only take a few minutes, but they can make a huge difference in preventing injuries and improving performance. Taking the time to properly warm up is one of the simplest ways to protect your body before any workout. At the end of the day, a proper warm-up isn't just about performing better. It's about feeling good before working out, and of course, protecting your body and preventing injuries before they happen.